Hello 5-9 trainers and welcome back to another Pokemon video here on the 5-9 Gaming channel. My name is Waffles the Asian Yenbear and today we will be covering a quick guide for Pokemon Unite. But before we get started, we of course as always want to give a quick shout out to JJ Kun from the PAVGA for his extremely informative and well thought out spreadsheet, which of course will be linked down in the description below, as well as any of the other resources that we used. They were all a big help in preparing for Pokemon Unite's release, and we definitely want you to go check them out if you like it. But as always, if you are enjoying the content on this channel, please make sure to like the video, click the sub button, and turn on notifications to keep up with everything on this channel. But without any further delays, let's get right into the guide. Today's Pokemon is the sleepiest tank in all the land, Snorlax. He's a defender type that focuses on stopping the opponent's movement through different forms of CC and blocking. Your job is to stand between the enemy team and your squishy friends and keep your opponents from being able to move. So how difficult is he to use? Snorlax is one of the possible Pokemon you can pick in the beginning, and so he's a novice level difficulty. Snorlax is relatively easy to use once you get used to his abilities. The biggest thing for Snorlax is to position yourself well. You can also use his CC abilities to help combo with bigger damage dealers, but we're gonna get more into that in the end part of this video. He has a high amount of endurance, but everything else is relatively low. While Snorlax is a beginner tank, he tends to be pretty good at what he does and is one of my personal favorites to use. You'll find that he's very effective at disrupting enemy movement and initiating team fights. As with all basic attacks, his attack is simple. It's a melee attack and every third hit slows the enemy down as well as deals a teeny bit of AoE damage. His two starting slots are Tackle and Rest. Tackle is a dash that slows enemies if it hits, and Rest has you sleep to recover HP. To start with, we do recommend grabbing Tackle for a little extra damage early on, as you will get Rest rather quickly after that, so you'll be able to heal up just fine. At level 5, you can upgrade Tackle into either Heavy Slam or Flail. Heavy Slam has Snorlax jump up and slam down on an enemy, temporarily stunning them and dealing AoE damage. Flail increases your attack based on how low your HP is, and it can be useful for a bruiser build, but we highly recommend grabbing Heavy Slam. We find that the CC is a lot more helpful, and since your job is to tank hits, you're going to want to be as healthy as possible. Heavy Slam can also be used to initiate a team fight and help your team delete enemies while they're stunned. One really fun play to have is to hide in the grass so that the enemies think that it's only your DPS defending the lane. They start to run after them to take them down, and you can jump out with Heavy Slam to stun them and initiate a quick kill. At level 7, you get to change Rest into either Block or Yawn. Block puts up a big shield that opposing Pokemon can't move through, but you cannot attack while you have that up. If the opponent's Pokemon touch the shield, they get knocked back. Yawn is a ranged attack that puts opposing Pokemon to sleep for a short time, and both of these tend to be effective, but Yawn is a little easier to use at first. Yawn is easier to aim, and you can use it to combo off your other damage dealers or to stop an opponent from running away. If you take Block, you really need to have a mastery over Snorlax's positioning. You need to be able to predict where you need to be and use it to prevent enemies from escaping. However, if you want this playstyle, we recommend Crustle instead. It's another Tankmon that can put up walls, and he's a little bit easier to use and a little more versatile in that department. Snorlax's ultimate move is Power Nap. He falls asleep in the middle of the battle and begins restoring HP while dealing damage over time to every Pokemon in his radius. If you hit the ultimate button again while using Power Nap, Snorlax will roll over and deal a little bit more damage to enemies. One issue you will run into is that you cannot move while using this ability, much like Rest earlier in the game. However, you can cancel out of it early with Heavy Slam, possibly with some other moves, but we don't know quite yet. Unfortunately, this does partially defeat the purpose of using Snorlax's Power Nap, so be sure to use this while you have your teammates as backup so they can follow up. You can make for a good roadblock, but your ultimate move isn't enough to wipe a whole team. So for our recommended build, we suggest grabbing Tackle first, then Rest when you can. Upgrade Tackle into Heavy Slam and then Rest into Yawn. Now when it comes to items, you want to pick ones that enhance Snorlax's tanking. Held items to look at would be Assault Vest, Rocky Helmet, and Leftovers. Assault Vest gives you a shield if you spend 5 seconds out of combat while buffing both of your defenses. Rocky Helmet will deal damage to opponents after you take a certain amount of damage yourself, and it boosts your HP and physical defense. And Leftovers bumps up your HP and HP recovery while letting you recover HP outside of battle. All 3 of these will increase your longevity. Remember though, if you don't have all 3 item slots unlocked, you need to level up your trainer level to level 10 first. For battle items, try Eject button for a quick getaway or White Smoke to have an additional way to slow down enemies. Snorlax's biggest weakness is one that he shares with all the other tanks. His damage won't really keep up in the late game. He's also pretty slow, so if you get caught and you're surrounded by enemies, you may just have to accept your death. However, Snorlax's final build has plenty of CC with Heavy Slam and Yawn, and that's where you're gonna find his main utility. Throughout the game, you'll want to stick with your attacker Pokemon and help set up Pokemon for them to knock out. However, early on, you'll find that Snorlax's huge HP and the healing he gets from rests makes you a strong threat to contend with in the early game and lets you defend your tower pretty well. Snorlax pairs really well with ranged attackers that benefit from a Pokemon that can stand in front and soak damage for them. Cramorant can combo really well with Snorlax as its ult has massive range and damage, but can be pretty vulnerable to Pokemon that can get close to Cramorant, so Snorlax can keep them away. Pikachu also works really well and appreciates the distance it gains from Snorlax's blocking. Pikachu can also add its own CC to Snorlax's Heavy Slam to keep an enemy stuck for longer. Alola Ninetales is an excellent Pokemon to combo with as it slows and freezes can do something similar to completely control an enemy's movement, especially in the smaller maps. Venusaur can also work quite well as Snorlax's CC can help Venusaur actually land its solar beams, and Venusaur loves the free damage it can get off while the enemies are dealing with Snorlax, and then is able to chase down the fleeing enemies to finish them off. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this guide. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the 5-9 Gaming channel to get notified whenever we post a new Unite video. Also, let us know if you've been using Snorlax and how well it's been working for you. All that being said, my name is Waffles the Asian Yen Bear, and I'll see you next time.